noise, just going well past 100 kilometers per hour. Time to slow down. The future is electric. I really got to thank my friends over at Audi Midtown for loaning me these e-tron, or Q-tron if you want to call it that. It does look like a Q vehicle, but the e-tron is, well, it's the future. The future is electric, quite obviously. What a wonderful vehicle. There's a lot to be said about this vehicle, and I'll get into a little bit of it here and there, but if you really want to talk to an expert, ask my friend Shihan. He's over at Midtown as well. He can answer all your questions about the e-tron or any other Audi vehicle you like. He's the guy who knows the stuff. And I mean, you could end up with, and there are videos online that go onto these vehicles on and on and on and on, 20, 30 minutes. You could get a walk-around presentation on this car that'll go an hour. But in the next few minutes, I just want to impart on anybody watching the differences with driving a vehicle that's electric versus gas. And it's pretty phenomenal. The future is definitely electric. This is definite proof of that. Whether it's the interior, whether it's the exterior, whether it's all the bells and whistles, the beautiful screens, the wonderful, wonderful Audi fit and finish, which I will always say is one of the best out there, as well as that center console. The center console on this vehicle is a little bit different, but still has that centered Audi focus to the free hand of the driver for all the pertinent things that you need while you're driving. And I've never been in this car other than maybe one time before, and getting in the road and driving it immediately, all of a sudden you just feel like, oh, I'm at home in this vehicle. And not to mention the sound. You feel like you're at home. You feel like you're in a living room. It is so quiet. No engine running, although there is a sound. Oddly enough, they added sound. They added sound to the vehicle. Why? Because if you've ever been around an electric car while it's rolling up to you, perhaps even a cab, you can't hear them. They sneak up on you. They're creepy that way. So Audi thought, well, let's add a bit of sound. I thought that was a great thing. What I think is hilarious is the last time I did an Audi video, I was listening or mentioning the fact that the name Audi actually comes from the Latin term for listen, which came from one of the last names of one of their founding fathers, we'll say, August Horsch. The Horsch in German means listen, so they took the Latin translation of it, and Audi, there's the name. So on the RS video, I was like, listen to that sound. Well, now it's just like, listen to that quiet. But I can't help but think, back in the day, August Horsch, one of the main founders of the Audi brand, way back when, did he picture electric vehicles? I would imagine so. If you actually look at the details back in the day when cars started to be patented, some of the earliest patents were on vehicles that were 100% electric, much like this one here. Audi, the word Audi, means listen in Latin. But that actually comes from that fella, August Horsch's last name, because Horsch in German is listen. So they translated it into the Latin version that's actually Audi, and that's where we get its name. But interestingly enough, listen. Yeah, listen. I could probably do this whole series whispering. Currently doing about 90 kilometers per hour. And yeah, you just get to experience the road. You get to experience your own thoughts as well. I mean, if anything, you just get to experience this interior. This whole car is an experience. It's completely different because it is electric. And this is only the second time I've driven an electric vehicle at any length in my life. And it is, again, a reminder that this is the future. I mean, you look at the interior on this vehicle. The screens, the touchpads, they all have sensitivities. They always give you a little feedback. Really beautiful interior, glossy, bright, and clear. It's a beautifully bright day today. And normally on days like today, you're always going to have difficulty seeing any screen. Imagine being in a sunny afternoon in a park and you have your iPad out or some other tablet. You're going to struggle to see it. It's going to probably heat up at some point or whatnot. But this interior, even with big splashes of very bright light, you can see all the screens. And actually seeing the screens on satellite view as well is also something to behold, let alone the parking features and all that other stuff. Styling-wise, a lot of people, And say what you will, I've heard people call it a Q-tron because it does look like one of the Q vehicles. But actually, if you look a little closer, it's actually quite a bit different. That doesn't share too many panels, particularly on the rear end. Audi has a very good understanding of where all these things should be. That center console, I will not stop talking about an Audi center console. Everything is designed around the driver's free hand, we'll say, and it's just so relaxing and easy, and so for a technologically advanced car, it shouldn't be this easy to get in, pair my phone, get comfortable, start driving, and let it do its things. Because once you hit start on the vehicle, nothing happens. Really. I mean, everything lights up, the air conditioning comes on, my seat is cooled as well, which is quite great. But yeah, other than that, it just starts, and you carry on. And it's quiet. Very quiet. So, oddly enough, in an RS, I would say, listen to the sound of that engine. Geez, in the e-tron, you just kind of say, listen. That's the sound of Vorsprung, durch Technik. Gesundheit.